stepping into the shoes that have been worn by more than 300, 350 people in the last 4 or 5 years. We've had a very, very fantastic run on the FM industry in Nigeria, trying to scratch the surface by churning out professionals who can go out there and defend the profession and turn the way work is done and the way we put in place processes and strategies in the FM industry. So thank you very much for taking the step to join us in this class 15. We, on our own part, have listened, from class to class and improved the program as much as possible and intend to continue improving it. One of the improvements that we have brought into this current classes from the 14th to the 15th is being able to make it more flexible to have two streams working together, where you have people who want to come for physical class and those who want to do the virtual class, right? And we have done that as an improvement. We have also improved our content as much as possible. We've also packaged new items that we add to the training on an ongoing basis. And we have been consistent with the things that have sold us in the past, that our past graduates and alumni are enjoying. For example, the lifetime mentorship they get, the networking that the alumni has, additional freebies that comes in every now and then, and so on and so forth. You can finish this program today, and in a year or so's time, you'll be invited again to come and be a guest observer in the program again, just as a refresher. We do that all the time, just to ensure that we keep giving you value on an ongoing basis. And in addition to that, signing up to this program is not signing up to just a training. It's signing up to lifelong talent management. So for those of you who are career focused and growing your career, we work with you to manage that career. You can't stay in a job that's not profitable for too long, right? We'll find, whatever the issue is that's making you stay too long in a job that's not profitable, and help you move to the next opportunity. You need help with, and we ensure that that mentorship is consistent, all right? And then we also offer recruitment services for those who are looking for work. You will not stay long looking for work. If not, when we started the FM Mastercraft program in 2017, we used to go to companies to say, please, we have people who have been trained, allow them to do the 6 months internship, no need to pay them. We want them to exhibit their skills and talent that we have taught them. And so we were the ones approaching companies. By 2019, companies were the ones coming to us to say, who have you trained? Please send them to us for internship. By 2021, we didn't have people who were available for internships anymore. They were almost all have picked up jobs before the class ends. And in almost all instances, by the time the class ends, they already know what they know. They're no longer eager to work for free for 6 months, right? So if you're in that situation, we beg you, don't be like a few who would say, no, I know a lot now, I don't want to do the internship again. Still, take it, because it's a foot in the door. So when they come to us to say, give us people who have been trained, we want to find people who we can send, right? But the beauty of it all is the progressing from we going to look for internship positions to companies coming to us to you already finding jobs before you even graduate is fantastic. And then we have quite a number who have started their own business in cleaning, in maintenance, in fumigation, in other kind of FM related services. We work together in partnerships to help you grow those businesses. So you can never be at the bottom of the ladder anywhere you find yourself in this industry, provided you've been part of this program. And our approach to training, because it's a management training, when we say we're giving you practical training in management training, it's not spanners, it's not screwdrivers. Practical training in management is experience shared by a vast array of very experienced building service providers and managers who are highly certified and skilled in what they do. We are not just academic people. We don't bring you just academic people. We bring you people in industry. If somebody is teaching you about health and safety, that is what he does on a day-to-day basis. If somebody teaching you about plumbing, that's what he does on a day-to-day basis. If I teach you about any management skill, strategy, process setting, and principles, that is what I do on a day-to-day basis. That's our bread and butter. That's exactly what we want you to have. So when we're talking about practical training, we're talking about exchange of ideas, we're talking about scenarios, we're talking about experiences, we're talking about site visits where we go and see how others are actually managing facilities using the principles that we teach. So this is, in a nutshell, what you've signed up to, and I want to welcome you here. My name is Paul Erubami. I'm going to start today by talking about what the program is about. So that's the first thing we're going to do. All of the modules we're going to cover in the program, I'll talk about that. And then I'll talk about the facilitators, starting with myself and the other facilitators. And then we'll talk about the course arrangement, how it is laid. So I'll start by using the student manual, the student handbook that has been sent to all of you. We'll just scroll through and ask questions and have a discussion. So today it's not going to be a very technical session, just for us to get to know ourselves, get to know about the program we are signing up to, you know, and know all of those little things around the program in today's class. So before I start introducing myself and my other colleagues who are going to be teaching on this program, I would like to meet everyone here. If I mention your name, you unmute, tell us your full name, where you work, what you do, and how many years of experience you have working. Okay. That's what we're going to do now. So it's very simple things: your name, where you work, what you do there, and how many years of experience you have. Is that okay? I may want to add the last one, which is the fifth one, something about your background, what you studied. Because, you know, when we say FM is multidisciplinary, some people always have it in their head that if you didn't study building engineering or architecture, you cannot be a facility manager, right? So, but when we're in class like this and we see people who are coming in from all kinds of background, from chemistry, from fine arts, from accounting, we really want to get to meet everyone in the program. So that would be 5 things: your name, your background, where you work, what you do there, and how many years of experience you have. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Yes, that's
very good. So let's start with Bumi Obidare.
Thank you very much, Sam. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm Bumi Obidare. I have a background in environmental microbiology. But in the last 5-6 years, I've been a realtor. I work with TB&T Investments Company Limited. We help people buy, sell, manage facilities in a small way. I intend to improve on that and do better.
Fantastic. That's it. Okay, thank you so much. You're welcome. Ufomba Celestine.
Okay, good evening all.
Good evening.
My name is Ufomba Celestine. I studied education and economics, and I've been working as a facility manager in Orange Board, Banana Island here for 3 years now. Thank you.
You're welcome. Abioye Bolajoko.
Hello, everyone. My name is Abioye Bolajoko. I'm an architect. I work with Accord Engineering Limited, but I've resigned there now.
Okay.
So I'm an architect, so definitely I studied an architecture.
Fantastic.
All
So
right.
you're in between jobs now, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, fantastic. Welcome, Abioye.
All right, thank you.
And you will find facility management a very fulfilling career to step into. Welcome.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay, Olabode Bayode. Your audio is not coming through. You might want to remove the mic device and see if you can speak straight to the laptop or phone. Okay, still not coming through. Olabode, what you can do, talk and see if you can come through. Say something. Say hello. Okay, still not coming through. What you can do is to exit, close the Zoom app, reopen it, and join again. Sometimes it's Zoom. If that doesn't work, then it will be the mic in your device. So if you're using a laptop, you might want to use a phone and see what the difference to make, yeah? Good. All right, so let's have Florence Otogie.
Hello, good evening all.
Good evening.
Good evening. Okay, I'm Florence Otoge. I work with Haven Homes. My background, academic background is geophysics, but I'm currently in the real estate industry and I'm the head of maintenance department. So we are looking at owning our own facility company. So it's better, since I'm already in the maintenance department, to get this and be on top of the game instead of someone else coming to be my head. Yeah. So it's been 5 years experience. Yeah.
Thank you. That's a very strong motivation for you, Florence. Well done.
Of course, yeah. Thank you.
All right. Juliana, it's your turn. You can unmute. Yes. Juliana, you're still muted. If you're on the laptop, you can just hold the space bar. Otherwise, you're good now. Go ahead.
I've unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes,
can you hear me?
Coming through now. Yes, we hear.
Okay. Right. My name is Julian. I work with I'm a contract staff. I work as a clean manager actually. My company is Cleano Nigerian Limited. So I studied computers in school. I have spent most of my time, my life into cleaning. So I thought it's best to, do something that's more than the cleaning so that I'll have better opportunity. But presently, I'm a cleaning manager.
Super. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Juliana. This is your
I have
guaranteed upgrade route.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so let's hear from Oluwayomi Emmanuel.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. I am Oluwayomi Emmanuel. I did psychology from University of Ibadan, and presently I work with MTN. I'm the facility manager of MTN in the eastern part here. Owerri, Anaba, and Enugu. Those are the 3 places I covered. So, and I feel like, okay, let me just do more. Let me do one more thing in facilities so to just have an edge. So I've been into facility space for like 8 years now. I said, okay, let me try let me see something Max-Migold, sha. Let me just see and let me know that I'm hearing from them. So let me hear some more thing again. Let me just move forward with them. So that's why I think it will be lovely.
All right, fantastic.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. Hello, Ayomi. I hope you also spoke to some of your other colleagues who have gone through this program.
Yes. And I think it's fantastic. So
Awesome.
yeah, my motivation, Sha. They don't motivated me. So
awesome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. Kazim.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, all.
Good evening. Welcome.
My name is Kazim Olubade. I have a background in mechanical engineering. I currently work with ground to house properties, and I have 9 years experience in facility management. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Kazim. James.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm Omoraka Apo James. My academic background, I studied petrol engineering, although I'm a businessman at the moment. And I've also dabbled into automation mechatronics from automation mechatronics, at Aginigbe, where I learned engineering automation. And I also intend going further. And I also went to a roadside, also learned automobile electrical. So after that, I was able to work with some roadside automobile mechanical, and I remember electrical. And after that, I was like, I'm not really comfortable with what I'm doing. Let me get a business for myself, and I dabble into a business. But along the line, before now, Mr. Paul Erabami, I happen to know him on LinkedIn. So he has been kind of sending me mail for the past 24 years or so concerning this facility management program. I was like, I would love to do this course, but I don't know when it will be convenient for me to kind of really enroll for this program as a graduate. So not too long, I was like, let me give it a try. So, and I called him and I said, this is what I'm passing through. I don't know if it'd be better for me to kind of pay instrumentally as regards this program. He said, sure, I can do it. So that's how I stepped into the game. And as such, I want to say I'm very grateful for the opportunity he has granted me on this platform. That is me. Thank you.
You're welcome, James. Very welcome. Who's next? Let's hear from Chiji. Chiji, your name is not full on the screen again. You did it before. I don't know what happened.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Chiji Francis. I'm an architect. I studied architecture in Enugu. I've worked with Flexi Space for, can you hear me?
Yes, the audio is good.
I've worked with Flexi Space and currently I'm a freelance architect. Yes, so.
Fantastic. You're welcome.
Getting jobs in Lagos has quite been difficult. So my sister told me about the FM course. Going through it, I knew it's going to help my career and what I do a lot. You know, I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's a step in getting into, you know, real estate and getting closer to estates managers or owners, which are my, you know, my targets. And yeah, I don't regret joining this course.
Super. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. And for all you architects, don't worry. I'm one of your stock. That was my background as well. So every time you come in as an architect, I understand. And before we continue, I'll tell you a quick story. Two quick stories about my architectural career. I studied architecture. After the first degree, I didn't go for the master's, right? I left. And my classmates felt, this guy is too like money. He wants to go and hustle. That's why he left, right? And when I left, I went into facility management as a contractor, not as a career facility manager. And I started building a career by taking up a job and moving on from there. But two things happened to me throughout that period. I was working as an employee and later having my own business. One was I was involved in recruiting someone to work under me in my department, in my FM company where I was working. And one of my bosom friends in school applied for the job. He had been a very successful architect, but FM, was a turnaround for his career. He came in from architecture to earn twice what he was earning in architecture by joining our company then. Second one was, I was going to teach in the master's program in University of Lagos main campus. I'm one of the lecturers in the master's degree in facility management. I met a senior, one of my seniors in school, in architecture school those days. And as we greeted on the stairwell, he asked me which program I was going for. I said I was going for the master's in FM program. He was going for the master's in project management. And I told him, he said he was going there. I said, I'm a lecturer in the master's program. He was going as a student to the master's in project management or construction management, one of those courses in the university. So the speed at which you're going to rise in FM is going to be much faster than all other careers that are already saturated. That's just the truth. FM is vacant, it's open at the top, right? There's no stock from the bottom into it. So if you take on FM and you advance quickly, you're going to rise so quickly above everyone else that you were peers with. Engineers, quantity surveyors, architects, in any category you came up from the background with, you're going to rise faster. I give you just 2-3 years. You'll be above everybody you know in your cadre professionally. That's the truth, because the opportunities are just up there to be taken by experienced professionals. So welcome on board. Let's see who will go next. Sunday. Sunday seems to have...
Hello, everyone. Can you hear?
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I'm actually trying to get back to the office.
Okay, you know what? When you are in a stable place, we'll invite you back to do your introduction, okay? You can mute for now.
Yes.
Thank you, Sunday. Olabode, it looks like you're back on. Let's see if we can hear from you.
Good evening. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, your audio is coming through.
Oh, okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Olabode Bayode. I studied estate management and valuation, and I'm currently working as an estate surveyor and valuer with 6 years experience.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Welcome. You're welcome. Taiwo, can we meet you? Taiwo. Taiwo is muted. Can you?
Oh,
yes.
so sorry.
Okay.
I thought I muted myself earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My name is Taiwo Kundayo. I have my first degree in accounting. I worked briefly in the financial world. Then I branched out to start a cleaning outfit, which I'm doing presently for a while now. So I just want to go to take it to the next level by adding the FM into the business. Thank you.
Fantastic, fantastic. Taiwo, that's one of the best strategies right now in the FM industry. Start from a service, single service, and expand professionally into the full range of FM services. Fantastic approach. Welcome.
Thank you.
Let's see. Onyechi, I think you gave us your introduction on the chat. My name is Onyechi Wankoro. I studied food science and technology with 5 years experience in FM, currently FM with Alpha Gray, a construction firm. Okay, thank you very much, Onyechi. So you will still need to show us your face and talk to us so we can know what voice you have when you are able to, okay? Oluwatayo, can we meet you? Can you have 2 names on screen, please? Edit your name to have 2 names. Alabi Kayode, can you come on screen? Ernest, can you come on screen? And Joshua, yes, we haven't talked to Joshua yet. Go ahead, Joshua.
Good evening, sir. Good evening once again, sir. And good evening all.
Welcome.
My name is Joshua Oluwatobelo Bashitu. I currently work with Loman and Company Limited, an environmental management company service provider. We're into janitorial, fumigation, disinfection, horticulture, and landscaping. I work at with the HR and admin team, and I currently have 5 years experience, 5 years working experience, okay, both administrative and operational. And I study biochemistry. Okay. And I have my postgraduate program in degree in nutrition. And okay, yes, I think that's all. And I'm in between. I'm not in between jobs. I want to change the career. I'm doing a career switch. Good. So that's why facility management caught my fancy, and based on my where I work and the opportunities I there.
Definitely.
So
definitely, you've made a very, very fantastic choice. Let me just quickly chip in this as we move on with these introductions. You know, sometimes you know someone who's, maybe it's even you in the past, who's been working in one industry and studying and upgrading himself in another industry. That's one of the biggest mistakes people make right now. If there's any dislocation and you're not looking for where to put your foot into, you'll be useless to both industries. The one where you were gaining experience in, you did not improve yourself in it, no certification, no training, nothing in it, right? Your experience is discounted by the fact that you did not improve yourself in the one you were gaining experience in. The experience, you wasted it. The one you are upgrading and getting certification in and upgrading and getting master's degree in, you don't have experience in it. If you go for a job in that one where you have earned 1, 2, 3 degrees in, they will say you are useless. You don't have any experience. We cannot give you this job, especially if you are older than 24 years old. That means you cannot come in as a fresh hire. See where the risk is. So with all the learning you have learned in that area, they will say you are an experienced hire, because once you're over 25, you are experienced hire. An experienced hire without experience is useless to the market, right? Whereas the one where you were getting experience, you did not improve, you did not upgrade, you did not do it better, you did not standardize your practice, nothing to show for 5, 6, 7 years. By the time there's a dislocation and somebody more qualified comes in and you are out, you can't even win the next interview. That's where unemployment starts with many people, when there's plenty of vacancies and they are not finding jobs, okay? So for those of you who have made a choice to use transferable skills and experience to upgrade yourself into facility management, something that is relevant to what you've had some level of background in your activities, is fantastic choices you've made. Let me hear from Ernest. Ernest, can you? Okay, let's talk to Alabi. Alabi, you're on screen now, so let's hear from you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Kayode Alabi. I study electrical electronics engineering. I do real estate for a living. I have 15 years experience. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. You know why I really enjoy real estate people coming into FM? You know why I enjoy it? Because you know when you when you build as a developer, you make your money once, isn't it? You chop it and it will finish. You have to build again to make money again. When you are a real estate valuer, property manager, or any of those, you're either renting or leasing, or buying and selling, isn't it? So your commission and agency just come bam, bam, like that. You chop it and it might finish. But when you now see the way FM, you know, you have to keep paying the FM forever. You ask yourself, what am I really doing? Can't I just create a steady stream of income that will be perpetual? Everybody now gets interested in FM, right? So that's and come to think of it, if all the spaces that will be built get built up, building activities will slow down, isn't it? But every building that has ever been built and the ones that will be built will continuously be managed. So there's no time that you're going to have a lull or a reduction in activity in facility management. It can only increase. And it can only increase certainly higher than any other industry, because they all work to deliver to us. We are the custodians, we are the managers perpetually. So our industry is guaranteed, sustainable. So coming in here is a good choice. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Ernest, you're on screen now. Let's hear from you. I thought I saw Ernest. Yes. Ernest, you're muted.
I'm muted.
Yes, good.
Okay, I'm Ernest Monjo. I'm an estate surveyor by profession. I'm also a facility manager, a realtor. I've been into different facets of the built environment industry down the years, into property valuation too. Most recently, I was the estate manager of MBX Group, MBX Estate Services. Presently, I'm a freelancer, and I see this course as like a refresher course. Did you get that?
Super, super, super. Thank you. Welcome. Olumayowa Temowo. Can you come on screen, please? Oluwatayo, are you willing to come on screen as well?
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead. Yes, we'll see you now.
Nice finally catching up with you, Mr. Paul. My name is Olumayowa Temowo. I studied estate management at the Obafemi Awolowo University. I've worked with DFA Team Lane. My last paid employment was at Brawl Property Services Limited. And right now I work for myself. So I've had a bit of facility management when I worked with Brawl, but I just thought that being on your own, you have started delving into a bit of facility management. And it's good to just refresh your memory and all that. So here.
Very good. Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
for
much.
making that choice and taking that decision. Welcome.
Thank you.
I think I only have Oluwatayo left on the screen. I have Jackson. Jackson, I'll give you a chance to speak. Esther is here as an admin. Jackson is here as a student, both from Max-Migold. So Jackson, please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Jackson. I am a student of Brigham Young University, currently studying applied business management. I'm currently working with Max-Migold, and I hope to be able to learn from this particular training and get to know all of you better. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jackson. Welcome. Something that you're going to be seeing as we go on in this class is that we're going to be opening several classes for alumni of this program. to come on board and interact with us and learn and share as they also refresh themselves. Okay, that's going to happen on an ongoing basis. All right. Okay, so let's talk about us that you are going to be having on the program. Let me share my screen now. Okay, so my name is Paul Erubami. I'm the Managing Director of Max-Migold Limited. Max-Migold Limited is in the forefront of capacity development, capacity building for the FM industry in Nigeria. We develop the most robust set of courses for FM education in Nigeria. We are partners with the IFMA Nigeria chapter and other professional bodies in delivering FM training as core content developers and faculty providers. The company is led by me. I'm also the head of the faculty, and what qualifies me to lead such a faculty to develop training content is the 20 years plus of experience working in facility management. So I started out my career trying to be an architect. I didn't quite turn out to be that architect because you needed additional degrees after the first degree, but I fell in love with facility management for a couple of reasons. I first wanted to follow the money. Like I explained before, you can build and get out, but facility managers will have to run things forever, right? So we always get paid perpetually. I also love field work. I also love the interactions that go with working with people, interacting with people, and solving problems for people, right? So that was a motivating factor. And the fact that I'm going to be in the life cycle of every building I get involved in, from stage to stage to stage to the end, for me, it was exciting. I've been in facility management since, I left my first degree program in 2002. And ever since then, I have not looked back. I started out as a contractor, solving problems for facility managers. And then I went on to become a facility manager in an organization, managing facilities across the country, deploying technology at the highest level, as early as 2004, 2005. I was working with some of the finest FM technologies globally and deploying processes that were international. And then from there, I moved on to get my master's degree in industrial engineering from University of Nottingham. Came back and continued working in FM, had the opportunity of working, managing facilities for Shell, across the base locations, East and West, Port Harcourt and Warri. I also had a chance to work with Schlumberger in Port Harcourt, and work in contracts with Halliburton as well. And then, sometime with the company I was working for then, one of the biggest FM companies in Nigeria, also managed training development, training delivery, and also managed subsidiaries set up across Kenya, South Africa, and Ghana. So in that process, I gained quite a bit of experience from the two sides of the FM coin, from the looking at things from the employee side as an internal FM, and looking at things from the employer side, employee side, as an internal FM and as a contractor, where you are hired as an organization, as a standard organization to come and deliver services. So I've worked at all of these levels. Part of what got me to where I am today is that early in my career, I was deliberate, intentional in improving myself professionally. So I earned the facility management professional designation credential from IFMA. I earned the sustainability facility professional from IFMA. I became a certified facility manager from IFMA, which is the highest level of FM certification globally recognized in the world. And then I became chartered with the RICS, the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors, as a facility management, chartered facility manager, and also certified by the then British Institute of Facility Management, which is now the Institute of Workplace and Facility Management. So in essence, I've acquired, all of the top certifications when it comes to facility management, in addition to my master's degree in industrial engineering, because industrial engineering is all about processes, efficiency, effective organizational operations, facility planning, and so on and so forth. So that for me was like an icing in the cake. So I don't just go and pick up a master's degree that was not relevant to my career of solving problems, consulting, and delivering on projects. And now to be able to teach and teach effectively, I also got qualified. It's another process of getting qualified as a global instructor for those certifications. You earn it with one process, and then you become a qualified instructor following another set of processes, which I earned for the FMP, the SFP, and the CFM. I can also teach the essentials of FM and the FM learning system. All are programs in the market by the International Facility Management Association. I'm one of very few faculty members of IFMA who have the licenses to teach all of IFMA professional programs. Until date, the only one in the African continent that has all of these combined proficiencies and licenses to teach every competency. And for me, what that does is it brings a flair where I'm trying to teach you local best practices from my experience, where I'm trying to impact on you skills, knowledge, abilities that I've used to succeed and excel in my career here in Nigeria and internationally. I'm also giving you global best practices from my experience teaching international certification programs in this FM diploma program. So it's a huge win that you are here. We're going to have architect Egbea here, Australia. He's going to be teaching us from a building, structures, maintenance, project management background. So he's going to teach us courses like procurement, courses like building fabric and structural maintenance, courses like move management, and so on and so forth in this program. He's an architect, and he's not only worked as an architect in standard organizations, he's worked in a facility management company, Fmmc, and it's also worked in a development company, right? So he has the depth of experience to be one of our faculty members on this program. And we have a building service engineer, Odibo Ejiro. He is everything air conditioning. HVAC is his core. He's not just one of those engineers who's practiced HVAC. He's an engineer who's become, who has come from the technician to the management level, and experienced on all sides, all angles of both the technical hands-on and the management side of things. So you're going to have a good experience learning air conditioning from Ejiro. And then we have Rosalind Onuche. She read estate management. She has worked in estate management. She has worked in facility management with Fmmc for so many years. She's worked with Prova. She's worked with so many FM companies. And today she is an independent content producer, writer, and mentor for facility managers. She is going to be on this program as one of our faculty as well. Engineer Kolakwa Bolade, he used to be of PricewaterhouseCoopers, but now just moved on to British American Tobacco as West Africa Sustainability head. He is our head of faculty for everything health and safety, environment, security, and all of those sustainability related courses, which are core to our delivery as facility managers. We have Engineer Olumide Aino. Engineer Olumide Aino teaches, is an all-round facility manager, and you might be seeing him in one or two of your courses. In previous sets, I think he taught courses in facility condition assessment and asset management. He's one of our faculty members. And then we have Engineer Akinola Emmanuel. He's also a facility management professional from IFMA, and he's well grounded in maintenance. He has worked in many organizations. He's not just an electrical electronic engineer. He's an all-round building service engineer, because if it comes to plumbing, if it comes to electrical, if it comes to generators, if it comes to diesel management, you can always rely on Engineer Akinola Emmanuel. And he has done this practically because he has worked for many years with different companies. Latest of the companies he worked with was with KFC as a senior maintenance manager. Engineer Sidley Osilama is a mechanical engineer and a facility management professional as well. He has moved from project to project. He has been part of very large FM projects, construction project as site engineer, and he has managed crews of maintenance and repair teams in all angles or aspects of facility management. He is on the team here for plumbing and sewage plant instruction. And then we have Abel Iyorebe. He's an electrical engineer. Core is a practicing building service engineer as well. He's on board for electrical maintenance on this program. So those are some of our faculty. We're going to be having more as we go on in the program. We introduce them to you and they can tell you more about themselves when they come on screen to teach. So we're going to be taking a 5-minute break. And when we come back, we will look at training center policy so that we can look at the structure of the program, have questions and answers, and then we can wrap for the day. So a little break. Thank you. This onboarding, as part of your onboarding documentation, some of this documentation is still work in progress. When I get to something that we have changed, I'll let you know. If we do any revision on it, we'll share it with you again. But to be honest with you, we still have a long way to go in putting together all of this documentation, okay? For example, all of the courses or the modules we cover, they are bundled into various short courses that we have, right? So there's a lot more where this comes from. We don't do any of the BIFM courses because BIFM doesn't exist anymore. And IWFM runs a national credentials program for Britain or for the UK. So that line item is out. There's a line item that says that, where is it? The one that says no refund policy, no. That's no refund policy no longer applies because we actually refund monies to people when they don't attend class at all. So anybody who's paid for a training and does not attend any class is entitled to its full refund. We don't do that. So when we say there is a non-refundable registration fee, it doesn't translate to a no refund policy. It only states that there is a processing effort or administrative cost that goes with that registration process that makes that money already spent the moment you register for the program, okay? And then code of conduct. Whether you are in a Zoom class or you are in a physical class. So let's start with the physical class. Everybody, this applies to both Zoom and physical class anyway. Everybody must be treated with respect. Making jest of classmates is not allowed. Trying to demean anybody in the class is not allowed. Saying things that will be derogatory is not allowed. Respect is a key word in all that we do as colleagues, professional colleagues, and part of the things we teach in our profession as well. Respect and privacy of other learners is very important. So we will not tolerate a situation where one person gains access to his classmates and then exposes those classmates to people who probably want to take advantage of them, scammers and the rest. So you can't share information about your classmates, very their contact details with outsiders. The same thing applies to intellectual property, what we share in class. For example, you might know somebody who works with someone else who's sharing an experience in class. You can go and talk to whoever that person is to say, oh, that former staff of yours said this about you. No. That's privacy. When we're in class, we are one family and we must respect each other's privacy. Opinions and expressions are supposed to be civil, respectful, like I said before, but it must be in a way that we don't use somebody's opinion to stereotype the person or judge the person for who he is or who is not, right? We're in class. And then Max-Migold as a company is doing a lot of investment in this training. So we share content with you. You come to classes and you use our facilities. If you're in a physical class, respect the property, respect the team members who are also doing all they can. I remember having some team members through this last weekend coordinating the exam of the last class, and somebody told me, oh, the head desk did not respond to me again. And I said, what time did you try to contact the person? It was almost 10 p.m. in the night. And laughed and I said, these guys are doing as much as possible. We should just understand that they're humans so that we don't start acting snappy and as if we are being unappreciative. Of course, it's a paid program and they owe you a duty of care. We all owe you a duty of care. You are the geese that lay the golden egg, okay? But while demanding for your right, also show that you are a civil person as part of our rules. Mobile phones in class are not allowed, but as FMs, we know that you want to keep your phones on, so keep them in silent mode. Coming late to class is actually a no-no, whether it's a virtual class or a physical class. If you're going to be unable to attend the session, please notify the training department by email or WhatsApp chat, not to the group. Not to the group. It has to be a one message from you saying, I'm not going to be available for that class. Not that you will just be absent at will, or not not send any information to say I will not be able to start with the class or I will be absent from the class. Okay, it's important that we have that line of communication open all the time, and the same thing applies to when you have any issues, any need for improvements, any expectation that is not being met. Don't keep quiet about it. Don't say, oh, I'll make a fool of myself if I ask for this. No, but please don't make it a public demoralizing statement, as it were. We always listen and we want you to be able to come in, send a message, and you'll be surprised how much customer service focus has improved and keeps improving every year on this program. If you have any special requirements, we've had people who have struggled with, how to configure their apps, how to use the certain devices. how to, work, whatever it is, please don't be shy, don't be embarrassed to say, I need you to slow down, explain this again. Can you come in? We invite people to come into the office to have certain problems resolved easily. No food during class. Now, you see, sometimes it looks as if we're putting some of these rules for just the physical class. It applies to the virtual class as well. This is a formal program. We don't expect anybody to be under the duvet because you have headphones, you put them on and you're in class and you're covered in your bed. No, you're supposed to have a workstation position, like as if you're in a formal classroom for this class, so that you can be able to put on your video when you want to talk to the class, so everybody knows who is talking, be able to interact with the class and see other people in class, and not casualize the class. This is a formal program, it's not a casual program. People go for casual 1 day, 2 days, 3 days training and come back, and there's no formality to it, there's no structure to it. What we are creating is a formal certification program, and we want it to be as as disciplined or as structured as possible. So please plan to be on a desk by 5 p.m. and be on that desk between 5 and 7 p.m. on the day of class. Come in early. The last person should sign into class at least 3 to 5 minutes to the time, not 3 to 5 minutes after 5 o'clock, because we will endeavor to start at 5 on the dot. I've started classes with 5 people that turned out to be 70 at the end of the day. You can imagine how much losses, those who trivialize that level of formality. That's why we made it very simple. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That's 2 hours in the evening. Employers should not disturb that time for you. If you have family commitment or other commitment that make you want to leave the office on time or be moving around, just program yourself that I'm in school by 5 p.m. on Monday, I'm in school by 5 p.m. on Wednesday, I'm in school by 5 p.m. on Friday. So get yourself a comfortable place where you can sit. When you're in the Zoom class or in any virtual class, try not to back the lights, right? So we're always tempted to sit backing the window, right? If window is the source of light, sit facing the window. It's better for you, but I understand what that means for some of our homes where you have a lot of things all around us. So you'll find a middle ground by staying on the side where the light can come in from one side and you still have, that light on your face instead of the light on your back, because that gives you a very dark screen that people can't really see who they are talking to when you're in class. So when we say do not eat in class, it applies to whether you're at home or in the office or in the class, because it will be very distracting for you to be eating your eba and soup or pounded yam and egusi soup while the class is ongoing, making us feel hungry. Even just the mention of food now, not many of us are already feeling like it's dinner time, right? But you can have a drink, you can have your coffee, tea around you. That's fine, it's allowed. Okay, for the classes that you'll be taking, every day you come to class is a standalone topic. And it's very important we understand this, because you might think, oh, let me miss this class. The next class, the lesson continues. They're all connected, but they are not continuing. So every class you miss is actually a big miss, all right? So be attentive, be available for each class and be on time. Now, some classes, majority of the classes, about 17 or 18 of them have assignments and assessments. Each of these assignments and assessments are always in the material that you receive, and then you are expected to attempt them before the next class. So if there's a class on Monday, there's an assignment or assessment attached to it, you must finish it before and turn it in before Wednesday. The mode of submission will be shared with us by the admin team led by Barakat. Right now, I think there's a link on the website which might translate to a link in our training learning management system, where you would upload your assignments and assessments for grading. And then the way the program is structured is that we have two parts, right? The first part is this training where we come to class for 3 months. We do assignments, we do assessment, we do an exam at the end of the day. And then the other part is a set of projects. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the 2 parts. For the first part, your attendance in every class is 10% of the grade. Your completion of assessments and assignments is 30% of the grade. And then your exam is 60% of the grade, right? So when you attempt your exam, the pass mark for the exam is 75%, which is 2 to 5 correct answers out of 300 questions. They're all objective type questions, so don't worry about it. You'll be adequately prepared to take it on, but you must be ready to put in the rigor and effort to ensure that you pass this. Your projects can be done in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, but within 6 months, right? Your entire program should not last more than 24 months in case of those who wants to go on vacation first, or they have a project at work and they want to delay doing their project or doing one thing or the other. You can't delay your assignments and assessments. When it's exam, the exam is set for the same day for everybody, and your project is now very flexible. But if you don't finish it within 12 months and your program crosses 24 months from the day you enrolled into the program, you have to be readmitted, and that comes at a cost, okay? And then when you take your exam, if you take your exam and you did not pass it and you wanted to have a retake, there's a 5,000 naira cost to a retake of the exam. We've always been doing that. That helps people to actually sit up and study, so you don't have to waste that 5,000 naira. And because we're not doing exam that you can fail, or an exam that is supposed to be difficult. It's open book. You must have read it to know where the answer is during the exam, because it's timed, right? So there are a lot of smart approaches to ensuring that you don't have to do the exam more than once, for free. For the projects, there are going to be 6 projects. The asset register project is a 15% project. The facilitation assessment is 25%. The health, safety, and environment cost is 10%. Emergency preparedness is 25%. Preventive maintenance plan is 15%, and budgeting and planning is 10%. That makes up the 100% of your project. So it's quite easy for you to get a distinction, which is what you should be aiming to have. You can have a diploma distinction. There are requirements for meeting that. There are minimum requirements. Doesn't mean that if you have these minimum requirements, you automatically we have the distinction. Your overall average must still be 75% for you to have the distinction. And then you have the diploma certificate, which is mostly a merit certificate. But of course, you still have to pass your exam. And then there are those who probably don't want to do projects. They want to just learn the skills, learn and understand how to run facilities. They have their own businesses, and they probably don't think they're going to work with anybody as an employee. They may not want to do the project. They can graduate with a certificate of training at the end of 3 months program, right? But then they must pass the exam, okay? And then there are those who probably don't want to take an exam. They want to come in for the knowledge, and then they want to receive a certificate of attendance. So that's the 3 cadres that we issue. But the ultimate is the diploma and the diploma distinction, because those are the things we are set out to deliver. These are the people that we can say are the real professionals out of this program, because they've not only done the learning,
hello, Mr. Paul.
And they now have the experience from the project. Yes, please. Who's
hello, Mr. Paul.
To talk? Yes.
Yeah, it's Oluwayo.
Okay. Emmanuel, you're muted. Are you the one that was talking?
Oh, so sorry, please. Yeah, so sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
I said I need to know the difference. You need to come back to the explanation of wanting to do the training without the project, wanting to do the training without the exam, just want to collect the certificate. And the advantage, does the training require, what's the name, project requires anything big that will make someone feel that I don't want to do it, so I want to know.
Okay, very good. I like that question. Very good question. You know, look at these 6 projects. They have to be done in a real property. You have to compile the asset register to get this 15%. You have to do inspections and do a facility condition assessment report to get this 25%. You have to do audits and inspections to come up with a health, safety, and security and environment plan to get this 10%. You have to do an emergency plan, a security and risk management plan to get this 25%. You have to do a preventive maintenance program for that facility to get this 15%. You have to do a budget for running that facility to do this. So you can see that these are practical tools you need to manage a facility. If you don't do these ones, you are not managing facility yet. You understand? But people go to training and they'll just learn and say, "Oh, don't worry, I can do it. I know what I'm doing," right? And we cannot issue the diploma to anybody who has not shown us that he can deliver on these projects. So we guide you through the process, we give you the templates and tools to use, but you have to use a building that we can actually say, when we see your project output, we can say it actually conforms to the building you told us you used for it.
Okay.
You understand? So that's what the diploma is tied to.
Okay, so you have to do this before you can be awarded the diploma.
Yes, in facility management. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
That's fine.
Yes.
So without this, all you're just getting is the attendance certificate.
Yes. So if you pass the exam, we'll give you a certificate of training, but not a diploma. If you did not pass the exam or did not attend the exam, we'll give you a certificate of attendance. Those 2 certificates are not what we're actually selling. We just try to provide that cadre to ensure that we are not leaving people who have come for the training empty-handed. But when it comes to employers and recruiters coming to confirm or validate who has earned our certification, it is the diploma that is the certification. That's what we put verifiable online, as these are the people that have gone through this program and are qualified to practice FM anywhere in the world.
Okay. Oh, that's fine.
Okay. So that's for this compilation. We are still going to have more. Most of you have received your non-disclosure agreement. It's just a simple document that says you respect the rules, you respect the privacy of our content. You will not use it for any commercial purpose. You won't share it with people who are not here, just out of decency to maintain our relationships, right? So we need those ones in immediately as you begin to receive your materials for the classes from tomorrow against Wednesday. You need to turn in those NDAs as quickly as possible, okay? Other things like an admission letter, invoices, if you require an invoice to submit to the office for your payment and so on and so forth, please do send an email to training and you'll get all of those sent over to you. So I've talked about the structure of the program. The only thing I need to now go to is cost by cost review. You still see my screen, right?
Yeah, you can see it.
Yes, you can see it.
So you're seeing the FM Mastercraft course outline. We're going to have a session, FM Foundations, FM Career, business skills presentation, human resource management, strategic facility planning, FM contracts, customer service, financial management, quality management, performance management, facility maintenance strategies, maintenance records, regulatory requirements and building codes, build design commissioning, asset management, facility condition assessment, space planning and move management, sustainability, health and safety management, electrical maintenance, AC maintenance, project management, information management, which is technology, plumbing management, building fabric and structure, fire systems, cleaning and hygiene, gardening and landscape and waste services, workplace hospitality, occupant services, starting and growing an FM business, and workplace productivity. Now, each of these are standalone. So the day you come in, you will see the outline of the program. In fact, you will have received the material at least a day before the class dates. That's what our standard is. You always receive it. And the training department has been very meticulous in ensuring that you all get it. So you need to whitelist training at Max-Migold.com.ng or training at Max-Migold.com rather, not .com.ng. Training at Max-Migold.com, so that all the emails that the training department will send to you will land in your inbox, right? So if you've had it in spam once, just go to it in spam. Instead of just opening it, right click and set it to not spam, right? So that way it will always receive into your inbox. So you don't come complaining in the WhatsApp group, oh, I didn't receive it, when you're all part of one email block. And if your email has an issue, you don't have access to the email, send a message by WhatsApp to Madam Barakat, who is the head of training, and she'll be able to send a new email address. She'll be able to update your record accordingly, okay? For those of you who registered and have not turned in your resumes or CVs, please do. You need to send your CV by email to training@maxmigold.com, so that we want to have your baseline. This is who you were when you came into the program. This is how far you've come in your career, right? Because we want to be able to tell a different story 2 years, 3 years down the line. When we ask for your CV again and update and see how much progress you've made because you've been part of this program. So if you've not done that, please do that today. We have a record of every CV of everybody we admit into the program, okay? So in the FM Foundation, we're going to basically start, slowly on the program, talk about history of FM, definition of FM, the service level, key elements of FM management. And then importantly for that class, we're going to look at strategies to foster operational excellence. So don't miss that first class we're having on Wednesday, because we're going to give you certain ideas you can immediately start implementing today on site with your management. Then the next class that is going to hold on Friday is the career course. We're trying to get you to start thinking with the end in mind, right? So I'm going into a program. Why am I going to the program? What's going to be my direction at the end of the day? What should I be paying attention to as I build this career? We need to get you grounded on that. What kind of qualifications are available? FM skills and competencies. What would you need to pay attention to after you finish this program as you progress in your career? And then we have the business case presentation. You're working, you want to excel at your job, you want to be extra special, you must be able to get approvals to get things done. You must be liked by your bosses. You must be able to craft good business cases. We have that coming. And then you must be likable. You must like people you work for, and the people who supervise and manage you must also like you. So stakeholder communication and customer service is a core module to cover in this program. And then you want to understand why now. Many FMs have practiced for 10, 15 years. They don't understand strategic facility planning. They didn't know why their career did not take off, right? For all those years. They didn't know why they've been left, at the shop floor like chickens instead of soaring like eagles, because they did not, understand strategic facility planning. And this course is one course you can't miss. It draws the line between everyone out there and those who have been trained by Max-Migold. You understand the core of your business. You understand business model. You understand how to make impacts at the highest level. When a company says something is a key performance indicator, you start telling them how many times you swept and how many liters of diesel is remaining. They'll be looking at you as if you don't know what you are doing. From this course, you'll be there, ready to become a director someday in that organization because you understand how to adopt strategies in FM that adds value to the core business at the highest level. Many of you probably think procurement is for procurement teams, right? That we in FM, we just place order and procurement buys for us. By the time you are done with the procurement class, you will learn, you will understand why procurement is actually your function. It is the quality of your own procurement activity that determines what you get from the procurement team. And we're going to look at procurement, why we outsource, service levels, the procurement process in detail, and contracts, management and contract fraud as well. And then we work with people. There's nothing we do in FM that is not people-oriented, right? So human resource management is about how to manage our teams. If you hope to be a manager, you're already a manager, you hope to become a director and so on and so forth, you must, crack this nut of getting people to work. If you're always complaining that people are not working, not responding to you, not doing what you ask them to do, you probably need to come and ensure that you know what you're doing regarding them. And then we go technical in the air conditioning course, types of AC, maintenance strategies, maintenance approaches, common diagnostics, things to look at for components of ACs and so on. And then design build commissioning is a course that teaches us operational readiness as a major objective of the development process. If people build, they probably just build as quickly as possible within schedule, as cheaply as possible within cost constraints, and then within scope and quality requirements. But they always, in most cases, forget about the final users of those facilities. They almost forget about the dilapidation or degradation that takes place as these facilities age through wear and tear. And so what does the FM bring on board through all of the development process is what we're going to look at, and the value of having an FM on board during planning, design, construction, all the way to handover, commissioning, and the rest, right? So we're going to look at that in this course. And then regulatory compliance and building codes. Many FMs probably think, oh, the FM industry is not regulated. The National Building Code regulates the FM. You know why? The guys who are building it, they're going to build and engage with it for a short period, right? Those who are going to manage and use the building code buildings are the ones going to engage with the built environment forever, right? So they are the ones that will be culpable if the building does not meet code requirements, because they're the ones that are responsible for the people they have put into the buildings to use it, because you are the one accountable for every life that comes into your building, whether resident, occupier, or visitor. So you must understand code requirements. You must understand how not to put people in danger, expose them to fire risk and the rest in this particular course. And then you can't manage what you don't know. So one of the courses that will help you to know what you're managing is the facility condition assessment class, right? How to scope facility condition assessment, how to do the inspections, how to write the reports, how to carry out performance evaluation, and how to determine facility condition index of your facilities. And then risk and risk management comes up in this course. Every time you complain that, oh, this didn't work out, this failed and this broke, it's not my fault, it's an act of God, it's an emergency, and so on and so forth. By the time you are done with this class, you will realize that there's no emergency in FM, because everything that happened to you has happened before, and you could have anticipated it. In fact, more than 90% of what you would experience have been experienced before, either by you or by someone else that you know, or someone else that you don't know, that you probably needed to have known to learn from, and prepare your own contingencies to make sure you don't suffer the same fate as has been suffered before. That's the whole idea of having an emergency preparedness plan. We're going to learn that in this course. And of course, the other course that will teach you how to keep tab on what you own and what you're managing is the asset management class. How to develop an asset register and how to track and manage your assets through their life cycle. And then you're managing buildings, and the first perception of your quality of your management is your fabric and structure. How does your building look? Is it looking tattered? Windows and doors, roof, the floors and walls. That's the first thing people perceive. Somebody is taking you to go and look at the property. That's the first thing they perceive. Things that are buried in is not really at the first sight of approach. So what can we learn about how to manage and maintain our walls, floors, finishes, windows, doors, you know, and all the other things that needs to go in there. So that's the class, one of the classes that Architect OC will be teaching here. And then facility maintenance planning and records. We're going to talk about maintenance planning. We're going to talk about the planning process and how to draw up simple maintenance plans and how to report on maintenance. And then we're going to look at space planning and move management. When the real estate teams and property managers acquire space, they record all those, how much it costs, and they have that transaction mindset. When the FM takes over, the FM begins to use space as if space does not cost money. Every square meter of space amounts to money, serious money. So you're going to learn the value of space and how to properly optimize the use of your space, reduce waste, deploy latest space allocations models, including teleworking and so on, and other things like hoteling and hot desking in this class. You're going to learn about move management as well. Relocating a property or a team or people or office or residents from one location to another is not a small job. There's a whole set of considerations to put in place for that project management to be effective. And then we're looking at sustainability and energy management. Energy is part of sustainability because it's one of the key resources we take from the earth, and it's one of the producers of one of the major pollution that we use to destroy the earth. So since sustainability is all about protecting the earth and conserving its resources for future generations, we will study on this day all about sustainability and focus heavily on energy management. So this is one class you don't want to miss out on, because many of us have got our fingers burnt when it comes to energy management for estates and other properties. And then we have to talk about quality management. Quality is about the customer focus, continuous improvement, improvement of your team, developing processes and procedures for delivering your services and benchmarking with best practices globally and around you. We'll talk about plumbing and water treatment and sewage treatment plants. That's a whole session that you don't want to miss as well. And then we'll look at FM organization, how to organize your team, what kind of departments you can create, what kind of titles you can have in place, hierarchies for how to develop structures, how many people to put under each person's supervision that will be effective, and so on and so forth. And then the various types of FM contracts that are common in the market will be discussed: the total FM, the integrated facility management, and all the drivers of IFM and TFM. And then we'll talk about money, financial management. There is a life cycle cost to everything. We have to understand how to break that down. We have to understand how to think about money, how to budget, how to separate our CapEx, our capital expenditures from our operational expenditure, and how to calculate our facility condition index, which ties this cost back to our condition assessment class. And then we'll look at project management, all of those projects you do to install, to build, to move facilities. How do you plan projects? That's what we'll take in the project management class. And then we'll take facility cleaning and hygiene, taking us through the process of, orienting our team members, understanding the difference between cleaning and hygiene, understanding, color coding, understanding health and safety implications, managing pests in our facilities, and ensuring that we don't mismanage waste as well. Electrical and power system, of course, your transformers, your generators, your building electrical system, your earthing or grounding system, the diesel management will come in this particular class taken by the electrical building service engineer. And then health and safety to be taken as well. This includes everything from risk management, HSE regulations, safe work method statements, workplace hazards, fire prevention, physical and physiological health, hazards and risk. And then we have a separate class for fire, how to manage fire emergencies, prevent fires, how to handle fire outbreaks. And then we'll talk about technology, how different types of FM technology. And we may have a separate session after we've dealt with this FM technology class to demo a practical software to use, so that one of these software providers will come in and take you through the various modules and how the processes are set up in your FM software, to give us kind of exposure to how to use facility management software. And then we're going to have the workplace productivity class, where we're going to look at so what next, right? You want to get a job. How do you get a job? You have a job. How do you grow on the job? How do you excel on the job? And some of the skills you need, like report writing and effective communication, will come in this class. And then we'll talk about business. You want to start a business. Many of us always had a plan to work for some time and go and start my own business, right? So what should I know? What kind of opportunities are there? What are the regulatory tap into? So that's our class for that day. And so these are some of the courses we'll be covering over this 3 months. So we have 10 minutes for questions. I'm going to, and when we want to talk in this class, please let's observe the procedure. You use your Zoom app to raise your hand. I'll see your hand up on the app, and then I will acknowledge you and give you an opportunity to speak. And then is when you unmute and ask your questions. In the meantime, you would have written down your questions as I was talking, so that it's when we open the class for discussion, these questions are asked and we'll have a general discussion. So let's start with Sunday.
Okay. Good evening, sir. The last time I wanted to talk, I was not in a stable place. So I want to ask, the document, the slides that you are using, is it possible that we will get it so we can go through it
Yes.
on our own?
Yes.
So I can go through it on my phone.
You'll get it.
Okay.
Esther and Barakat, please make notes to make sure that everybody gets the materials we have reviewed today, okay? Thank you. Joshua.
Good evening once again, sir. Thank you very much for
welcome.
Your time. So I hope I'm not getting ahead of the class. So I want to add on certification. That is the FMMC, the master class, this course, this diploma course. Is it sufficient to taking the FMP certification with IFMA? That's one.
Okay.
I have 4 questions. Do I ask everything so you take the response?
Okay, go ahead.
That's one. Then the second one, at what stage should one get the FMP certification, IFMA certification? The third one is what membership bodies should one be part of as a facility manager in Nigeria or international? And the last one, how soon can one be part of those bodies as members? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. The first 2 questions are the same. The second 2 questions are the same. The first 2 questions I'll answer together. The FMP from IFMA and the FMMC from Max-Migold are 2 very different programs. Different in the sense that they are actually competing certifications. Okay? But we always encourage you to get as much learning as possible from all organizations offering training. And that's why we have a course in this program that will lay out all the various courses and certifications available from all organizations globally and tell you what they all mean. Like we'll discuss the FMP, we'll discuss the Pro FM, we'll discuss the CFM, we'll discuss all the other courses in that day when we're discussing classes, right? Now, in terms of going to take the FMP covers 4 competencies. And the 4 competencies, they are knowledge competencies, which means they produce text for you to read and pass them. Now, what we put in the FM Mastercraft Diploma is more expansive in terms of scope compared to those 4 competencies you do in the FMP. So whether you have done the FMP before, you can do the FMMC. Whether you have done the FMMC before, you can do the FMP. That's why I say they are independent. We've had people finish from here, do the FMP, or finish from the FMP and come into this class. We've had people done the Masters in Facility Management in Unilag, come here to do the FMMC, or finish the FMMC and go and do the Masters in Facility Management in Unilag, right? So they are all situated differently on your professional climb or professional progress. So we don't use the FMMC to prepare you for the FMP. No, the FMMC is to prepare you for a professional career in facility management. Okay. Now, the other set of questions, did I forget now? What was it about? Prompt me.
Okay, sir. The membership.
Oh, membership. Yes, yes. Professional bodies. Yes. So in Nigeria, we have franchises of international associations, like the British Institute of Workplace and Facility Management, IWFM, have a Nigerian chapter. The American International Facility Management Association, IFMA, has a Nigerian chapter. I am a member of both. But the Nigerian Association of Facility Management, which we call the Association of Facility Management Practitioners Nigeria, AFMPN, is the umbrella body of all FM associations and individuals in Nigeria. So if you are thinking of joining multiple professional bodies, join all of them. If you are thinking of joining just one, join the national body, because that is the one that all the other associations subscribe or ascribe to. And the process of joining is very simple. We have a website where you register. We'll put the link for you on your groups. You register there. There's a 10,000 naira fee to pay into a Zenith bank account, and then you send an email to the official email, and the director of membership will process your certificates and send to you. You know, there'll be a bit of delays in that process right now, but at least it's still manually done. But you'll get a certificate of membership of the national body of FM in Nigeria. There's a Telegram group that is still open, so we'll drop a link for you. You can become members of the national association's Telegram group. You know, even before you pay and become a formal member, you can attend our meetings, unless meetings that are restricted to only members. But I don't see why you will not pay 10,000 naira to become an official member and get a certificate of membership. Over time, we intend to create cadres. I think that will be happening next year. Plans are already in place to ensure that only those who are trained and have a certificate of training in facility management can hold that cadre of a professional. Every other person will be an affiliate or an associate according to our constitution. But then for now, it's still open to everybody. So it doesn't take too much. It doesn't take anything. In fact, if I send you the link for the Telegram group and you take it to your village and get all of them enrolled into it, everybody in the village enrolled into it, it's fine, provided they are here to learn and talk about facility management. But when the chips are down, those who are trained will be screened and separated from those who are not professionals in the industry. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Sunday, you have another question? You're muted. You're muted, please. Unmute, Sunday.
Yes, I said I have a follow-up question.
Sure.
So if someone becomes a member of this the National FM that you just explained,
Yeah.
What are some of the benefits that come from it? Like, what is the use for it?
Okay, very good. Good question. I've had these questions many times. The primary benefit of becoming a part of any association is networking and belonging, a sense of belonging. That's the first thing. The fact that you belong to a body that you can now say, I know this person, I know that person, who are in various positions across the country, right? That connection that's the first primary benefit. The other benefit is that comes out of that networking is resource sharing, right? So opportunities, job opportunities, contract opportunities, different kind of opportunities are thrown into that platform. If you are not there, you are not there. You understand? So you will not be able to benefit from those opportunities that are coming there. And then we now have a series of training sessions. We have conferences that members can get at subsidized. When we did in Africa FM conference in Abuja in November, members paid a very, very significantly reduced attendance fee for a 2-day conference. Whereas non-members were also there in their numbers, but they all paid the official fee for being in such a program. So, and then you get an opportunity to serve. If you're an industry and you are not volunteering for committees and you're not being heard in meetings, you are not active, you're not growing, you understand? So when you are there, you get opportunities to belong to where things are happening in the industry. So that's some of the advantages you should look out for. And then you can pick up mentors. There are many people there that are doing fantastic things that you can become associated with and learn a lot from them one-on-one, okay? All right, thank you so much. That's our class for today. Our discussion group, our WhatsApp platform is for only facility management related discussion. No politics, no religion, no good money, no good happy holiday. It's just for professional conversation, right? You can ask a question about a maintenance issue, about a staff worry, you want to employ somebody, you're looking for vendors for this and that. No posting of I have 3-bedroom flats for rent in that's not the platform for it. How na dey this money kind of talk, newspaper highlights, please, no, okay? Keep it purely professional. If it is quiet for 3 days, don't be bothered, leave it quiet, okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right. All right, have a nice evening, everybody. Bye-bye. See you on Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Advance